Hey, what is going on, guys? Xpertfusion here, and today we are doing a pros and cons video of the new map, Der Eisendrache. So, this is kind of a review of the map. I've played a good amount of it by now. I've played a few good times, probably like 10 or so times right now. I've gotten every single possible upgraded bow, and haven't done the Easter egg or anything like that, but I've done most of it. I've seen the Easter egg. The cutscene actually just came out. Noah J456 and a couple other guys completed it, and it was pretty cool. So I'm going to kind of go over some things I like about it and some things I don't like about it. So let's start off with things I like about this map, things that I really like. First of all, we have the 4 original characters. I mean, I love those characters. Of course, I'm going to love them. And of course, I don't want them for every map, but I do think they should be in the majority of the maps. But I do think at least 1 or 2 of the maps in this game shouldn't have every single character. Because Black Ops 1, these characters did start to get repetitive. It's like, okay, we want some new characters. But these characters are just, obviously that great. But the characters don't really matter that much to me. They haven't really mattered that much to me. I just think it's cool, since they are my favorite characters, and that definitely plays a factor in this map. Another thing I love about this map, the wonder weapon. The wonder weapon, the bow and arrow, is just so amazing. It is just absolutely amazing. Just because there's no splash damage is what makes it amazing. If there was splash damage, it would be garbage. But because there is no splash damage, it makes it so much better. It makes it like a Mustang and Sally without the splash damage. So Mustang and Sally with PhD Flopper, pretty much. And the PhD Flopper is actually not in this map, so this is, the alternative to that. Using this weapon is absolutely amazing. Just shreds people. It just shreds anybody. I mean, there's a decent amount of ammo in it too. There's like 60-something bullets, which is really useful, and it just makes for some really fun times. And you can get the 4 different upgrades of it. It's basically automatically going to be your side weapon. You're never not going to have the bow. I like how it's kind of easy to get, but not like way too easy so everyone can get it. It's something you have to actually work for, but it's pretty easy to get. You can get it in the first like 5 rounds or so. But the upgrades are kind of hard to get. The upgrades you're not going to get till later on. I also really love the specialist weapon, the gravity spikes. Absolutely love those things. I love how you can get the different parts, and the only problem I have with that is the one part is pretty annoying to get, the one with the launch pad. It always messes up and glitches out, and it never works for me sometimes. I mean, it works majority of the time, but sometimes it just glitches out, and it pisses me off when that happens. Another thing I like about the map, the tram's cool. It's cool you can get the fuses from, picking them up from zombies. I like how it's that and not just purchasing them, because, you're getting free power-ups, sometimes free max ammos, so it should be a little difficult to get. You shouldn't be able to get them that often. I love the training spots on this map. There's so many training spots, a lot more than Shadows of Evil and the Giant. Surprisingly, yes, there's more than Deriz. Deriz doesn't even have that many good training spots. It has like 1 or 2 good training spots. This map has over 5 different good training spots. I mean, you can go to the zero gravity room. You can go in the rocket facility testing area. Has a pretty good area. The rooftop. I wouldn't really call it the rooftop, but you know what I mean. The courtyard areas have some pretty good training areas. Just a bunch of this map has some really good training spots. Even the big like generator room, I don't even know what to call it, but the one with like the fireplace and stuff like that, and speed cola in it. Yes, that's some things I love about this map, as well as a lot of perks. Any map with a lot of perks I normally like. I didn't like how Shadows of Evil, I mean, it had a lot of perks, but I hate when they don't bring back certain perks. Like Electric Cherry is one of my favorite perks of all time, and I always wondered why the hell they never brought it back. But guess what? They did in this map, and I know it's only in the Wonder Fizz machine, but I'm perfectly fine with that because I love Electric Cherry, and I always want to go for it. I'm also happy they brought back Widow's Wine, which is also a really good perk. Of course, you can also only get it out of the Wonder Fizz machine, and then they brought back all the other good perks as well. They didn't bring back the PhD Flopper, which kind of pissed me off, but it doesn't really matter. It's still awesome how they brought all these different perks in. The way to Pack-a-Punch is easy, which is a good thing. I think Pack-a-Punch should always be easy to get to. I don't think, like, wonder weapons and upgrading wonder weapons and all that stuff, I don't think that should be easy. Like in Shadows of Evil, it was way too hard to get to the Pack-a-Punch. I thought it was way too much you had to do. Not for me, though, because I learned it pretty fast and got it completely down in my mind. But for a lot of other people, they absolutely hated the map because it was way too long to get it. But they made it way more simple. You have to like teleport 2 different parts to the Pack-a-Punch, and then you go to the rocket facility test site, and it's literally right there, which is way easier. But I think it is a little bit too easy. It's not too hard though, which is a good thing. It's not as hard as Shadows of Evil. It's better to be easy than to be hard, but I wish it was a little bit harder. Maybe like, I don't know, you had to do something before you get to take the parts and teleport them. Maybe you have to, I don't know, put some souls in it. I don't know, something like that. Just make it a little bit more difficult to get, because it is way too easy in my opinion. But that's not really a con it's kind of a pro, especially for beginners. So it's more of a beginner map, and a lot more of a beginner map than Shadows of Evil, which doesn't really make sense. I think this map should have been the map on the disc because it's a lot more simple. And Shadows of Evil should have been DLC 1, because DLC maps should be the more complicated ones. Like Transit as a map in the first was really not a good idea. I mean, that's a lot more complicated than, per se, I don't know, Buried. Buried's not that complicated, so Buried should have been like there. You know what I mean? I think the less complicated map should be on the disc, and then the DLC should be the more complicated maps, because the beginners never really usually get DLC anyways. I mean, some of them do, but you know what I mean. A lot of beginners who really haven't played that much, they usually don't end up getting it. So I think it would have been better if the Eisendrache was the first map, was like on the disc with the giant, and then they gave us Shadows of Evil for DLC 1. I think that would have made a little more sense, but oh well, it doesn't really matter because this map is still great. I love the scenery of this map. That's another thing. The scenery is absolutely beautiful. It looks very, very cool. It's dark and dreary, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a snowy map, which is a good thing as well. I think I kind of miss snowy maps. We've only had Call of the Dead and Origins as snowy maps so far, and I guess if you count the Giant as a snowy map, I guess you could. And so now we have 4 snowy maps in total if you count, if you count the Giant. And then another thing I love is the Easter egg song. I mean, come on, Kevin Sherwood and Alina Segment, they're back. They're back in business. We have not heard an Easter egg song from the two of them since it's been Black Ops 1, I think. Black Ops 2, it was that other girl, Maluka. She's good, but she doesn't make those really intense songs that gives me the chills. She has Always Running, which was really, really good, and Where Are We Going from Mob of the Dead. Believe it or not, Easter egg songs do make a map for me. If the map is not that fun, it's not that replayable, but it has a good Easter egg song, I'm gonna like the map. For example, Shangri-La, I don't really like that map that much. It's not really that good of a map in my opinion, but the Easter egg song is just really good in that map, and I love that Easter egg song so much that actually makes the map go up in spots for the top list. So Easter egg songs are actually a big deal for me in these maps, and I'm hoping they can make a patch or something like that, or an update where it lets you replay the song. You could turn on all the teddy bears again and again and again, because who doesn't want to listen to the song again and again and again while you're fighting zombies? I hate how you can only listen to it once. But nonetheless, the song in Der Eisendrache, I believe it's called Dead Again. It's very, very good, and I'm very happy that they're back. Shadows of Evil didn't have that good of an Easter egg song. It was alright, it wasn't like intense or anything. It was catchy, but it wasn't like great. And then the Giants had Beauty of Annihilation Remix, which it wasn't as good as the original, but it was still alright. It wasn't, that good. But this song, amazing, absolutely love it. Just made this map one of the better things about this map, I would have to say so myself. So what else should I talk about? I would say that's all the pros of this map. It's replayable, I would have to say. I don't know if it's as replayable as Shadows of Evil. I think Shadows of Evil is one of the most replayable maps ever, since there's just so much to do. But now let's go to the cons of this map, the bad things, the things I don't like. A lot of things I don't like with this map are not really things specific with this map. It's more specific on Black Ops 3 Zombies overall. And I would have to say not bringing back original weapons from Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and World at War. And that's something I really don't like. I don't like how all the weapons are all guns for multiplayer, and I don't like how they bring a lot of things for multiplayer into zombies. I mean, yes, the gravity spikes are cool. Yes, all the Annihilator's cool, and all the things they bring for multiplayer, they're cool things. But I wish they can put some unique ideas into it and not just bring back old things that we've already seen for multiplayer, and I don't really want them to do that. I want them to bring us new guns. I don't want to have to use every single gun for multiplayer. Like, I loved how in Black Ops 2, for example, on Origins, they had the MP40, the STG, they had the Thompson, they had the FN and FAL, they had the Galil, they had a bunch of guns that were not in the multiplayer in Black Ops 2, but they were from previous games like World at War and Black Ops 1. It was something that I was really pissed off about with Shadows of Evil and the Giant, how they didn't have it bring back any weapons. They brought back the Type 100 as the bootlegger, but that was it. That was it. Like, I really would like them to bring back some, old weapons, and that's something that the Black Ops 3's, their new, what's it called, the progressive system with the leveling up the guns and stuff like that. That's mainly why they haven't brought them back, at least I think that's why. But, yeah, they haven't brought back any weapons, and I really don't care about leveling up my guns that much. I really don't. It doesn't really make your gun that much better, so I really would rather them just bring back old guns. Not even if I'm not upgrading them, I don't give a shit. I just want to have fun in this game, and I need some old weapons from previous Call of Duties just to add nostalgic purposes. I don't know why they won't do it. Hopefully they'll do it in Map Pack 2, and hopefully they'll add in the guns in like Shadows of Evil, the Giant, and in Eisendrache. Like, where's the PPSH? We need the PPSH back from World at War. I mean, I don't feel like going back to World at War and playing those maps anymore. I want them to be in the next gen game, and I want to see PPSH in the next gen game and just murk zombies with it. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I'm really stuck using guns like the HVK every game, and it's getting boring. I want to use some old weapons from previous Call of Duties, definitely. And that also kind of ties in, where the hell is the Ray Gun Mark II or the Ray Gun Mark III? I mean, come on. There was all these leaks, so we're going to see Ray Gun Mark III. Did we get it? No, we didn't. We didn't even get the Ray Gun Mark II. I think they should have gave us that. And as well as, one more thing, they showed a poster of the Eisendrache with all the characters holding MP40s, and everyone was like, holy shit, there's MP40s coming back. But it didn't come back. Neither did it come back in multiplayer. That's what everyone was saying. Saw KSI made a video. It was like, it's basically confirmed the MP40 is coming to zombies and multiplayer, which I didn't believe was coming to multiplayer. He was like, oh, David Vonderhaar made his profile picture MP40 for a few days. I thought, it's definitely coming to zombies, but I doubt it'll come to multiplayer. But yes, zombies, that'd be great if it came to zombies. But it didn't. It made no sense to me. Maybe they're gonna make an update soon or something like that. I don't know. And they haven't incorporated melee weapons yet. There's just so many cool zombie ideas I've had that I wish they would incorporate, but they haven't. Melee weapons. Come on, they brought in the brass knuckles into freaking multiplayer. You think they can bring the brass knuckles into zombies? That would be dope. But I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below what you like or don't like about this map. For you Xbox users, let me say it's a good map. It's worth getting if you don't have the DLC. But I wouldn't say it's the best map of all time, but it's definitely in my top 10 at this point because it's a very good map. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.